Yo, here we are in Algiers Point in New Orleans, painting another house. Just wanted to show you what a New Orleans paint job's supposed to look like. Well, first of all, to even call it a New Orleans paint job, really, you gotta have 5 colors, minimum. 5 colors. Say, the hard part is trying to find all 5 colors that's gonna go with each other. So on this house here, we had a dark green. We had a dark green block. Let's see if I can find it was the same color as the porch, basically. Just like this top here, dark green, really dark. See, if you can see it behind that. I might have another block in that, but yeah, it's like this, dark green, right? So then we went to some other kind of green in an all-surface enamel. It come out kind of like this. And I know you can't really see it on top of the white because we got the orange tape, but that's it. None of us really thought it looked great. It just wasn't the right color. It just ain't it. And then we're trying to paint in the rain. I don't know, Omar. That might get wet. You don't think it's gonna wash off? So we're trying to fight the rain, and so we really need to get this job done and get to the next one and keep the schedule. The rain really messed us up over the last week, so we're all ready to knock this out. But Omar's up here trying to grab all of this blue, turquoise blue color. You see Larry's over here taping off for our next stripe above the window, and we're going to add another. See, and this is kind of the way it was, except the green, the dark green. Pretty much everything else was the same. We're changing the color blue on the door. It was a darker blue, and this is a more exciting blue, I feel. This is a more exciting green color, more vibrant. I just feel like it's more New Orleans, you know. So we're changing the color scheme a little bit, but not much. Another good thing about this paint here that we're also using is duration. It dries really fast. The moisture and humidity today, of course, is so bad that it might even take this duration quite a minute to dry. So we're adding a couple stripes to this, and hopefully the customers like it. We're going to put a blue stripe here. That little profile right there. I want it to be blue. And then we'll have this cream, and then we're back on the green. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I think it's gonna really add to it. So we're gonna tape all that up. I'm gonna tape around this door. Yeah. Yeah. So we started painting our green turquoise blue color on everything. Well, you know, in here and in here, we decided to do the blue as the big strip here because when we get around this door, we don't want this trim around the door to be the same color as the door. All right, so real thick. Look at that. You can hang your brush. I just dipped it, and I'm hanging it on my brush just like that, just full dip. And look, it's not even sagging. It's holding on to the brush. Super thick stuff. Now this big curl right here, see it was curled back. I didn't get the camera up there and show you quick enough, but it had a big curl in it. I'm just gonna fill that curl in. See, when I drag it this way, it beds up in that curl. Now it's all bedded up in there, and it's just gonna dry solid. Amazing stuff. So awesome. Money savers right there. So much time is saved with this peel bond. Not having to sand and prime, and not having to worry about paying someone to get rid of the lead paint properly and all that stuff. Peel bond. So there's your one coat of peel bond. If you can still see, there are still some cracks showing, like right there. I mean, and it looks worse in the camera actually than it does when I'm looking at it with my eyes. I can see it with the camera. So we'll probably pull, you know, another coat over that little area, but the rest of it looks pretty daggum good. What do you think about that color? I like it. And so there it is. Peel bond. Everything looks pretty smooth. I can still see the cracks in it. That's just one coat of peel bond over the spider web lead paste paint. Kind of see some ripples up there, right there. But I mean, you'd have to be looking pretty hard. I think that is a professional, beautiful paint job. Flip the camera around. So when you do your stripes, this was from us trying to pull it off while it was wet. It was so humid, you remember. I guess you'll see that video. So whoever put the other ones on also used a caulk to stick them on and nail them. So we're gonna take that caulk off so our block sits nice and flat. Because if you leave that on there, it's gonna push the block away and it's gonna require more caulk. Scrape that off. Scrape it. Wish I would have put paint on it before I did that, but carried away. If you do put that on, that's what you'll end up doing. Seeing big spaces like that. So yeah, we're gonna clean it up. We'll re-stick it. I'll get the multi-tool to cut that.
We're good.
And self-leveling. So any splits, webs, pits in the concrete, you know, you don't really have to feather sand those hard edges because the epoxy is so thick and it's self-leveling, it's going to fill all that in for you. I got this Folgers thing. I'm gonna use it as a measuring cup. I measured up 2 inches and made a 2-inch mark. Then I measured up 4 inches and made a 4-inch mark. So I don't have to mix up everything at once. Armor seal. Epoxy. I got right to the end. And it hardened up on me. Started pulling up just stuff that was stuck to the concrete. It was pulling it off. It got so sticky. So now, this armor seal, this was like the last can from here to Houston, Texas. And there's no more armor seal 657. So, now, since I do sell, paints and epoxies, is another one of my many hustles. Yeah, I've got not a lot of two-part epoxies, solvent-based epoxies. I got some water-based epoxies, blah. But anyway, it's not gonna go on that. It probably wouldn't be a good idea to put it on there. So now we're gonna do another video on. I still want to show you what armor seal looks like. It feels pretty good under your feet when it does get wet. So it does get slippery. It's slick. It's a high gloss. It's slick. We're going to use the DuraPlate this time. This stuff is epoxy that's used for water tanks. And that's going to be our next video. So good news is we got 2 products that we get to show you on this one porch. Bright side, huh? In that shade. Holy moly, it's hot. Was drenched. July 2022. Woo, woo, woo. Oh my goodness. It's hot. We're wrapping up this one. And then we've seen this other little piece of termite damaged wood on the bottom. This is the green siding. And then it's like, there's the paint that we have left under that plastic. We barely had enough paint. Barely had enough paint to finish. And then the blue, the dark blue, we did the doors in. It come out just barely squeezing the bottom out of that too, having to add a little thinner to that. So we got pretty lucky there. But I tell you, it is hot. Whew. So here's our blocks that we remade. We just want to put a bead of caulk on the outside edge. You're gonna stick it up there where it goes, and then you're gonna put a tack in it. Here we are, about to put the DuraPlate over the armor seal epoxy. I want to do a little test just to make sure that everything's gonna be good this time. I'm gonna do I mixed a little 3-to-1 is the ratio. So I came on my cup and I got 3 of part A. I'm just doing the smallest bit. So this is the smallest 1-to-1 ratio table. This is 3, that's 1. I did 1 part hardener right here. I did 3 parts part A in there. Now I'm kind of gonna get this and kind of rinse my cup a little bit with the reducer 54 is what I'm using. This is like a thinner for oil paint. You can't use paint thinner for epoxy, so this is what you use for a thinner instead of mineral spirits. So we're gonna try to mix this little bitty bit up in this big old bucket to see what it does. Get a we're gonna get a disposable little Slim Jim roller and put it on the steps for a test, little test area. Here's our disposable Slim Jim. Now this spot up here is where it got hot. Our last stuff got real hot, and it started peeling up everything with the you know, when we was rolling it out, it just pulled it right onto the roller. It started getting so sticky, and we didn't quite. So this another main reason why we're having to go over this area. I've never used the Dura plate before, which is why I wanted to kind of do a little test. Area. All right, so we're gonna try to put some grit in there. We got some sharp grip. We'll do half the porch now, the other half in a minute. So we'll throw about half of this bottle in there. With our little test, you know, that there's plenty of time to work with this. It don't get as hard as fast as the other stuff. The house paint bucket. There's nothing left in there anyway, right? So we better not fuck up and get anything on the green, right? So we better not get anything on the siding. See if I think it's going. Finished product. It's great. You can just see the little skid all in it. Little sand. Looks good. Painted the skirt. Good. Put the handrails up after that dries. And we're done.